Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that cuts through the noise to get you the insights you actually need.
That's the goal.
Today, we're taking a really vital look at the world of truck drivers. It's a profession that, keeps everything moving, but wow, it faces some incredible headwinds.
Absolutely.
We're going to dive into the challenges you're probably navigating right now, big economic shifts, changing regulations, and frankly, some pretty concerning industry practices. But this isn't just about listing problems. We want to understand them from all sides, hear those different viewpoints, and crucially, highlight some clear paths forward.
Right.
Our mission today: show how you, as a driver, can really take control, manage your time, not just for the road, but for yourself, and build real opportunities for a future that feels more secure, more respected.
That's spot on. I think what we're seeing is, well, it's a crucial moment. Drivers need to do more than just survive. It's about finding ways to actively thrive, even with all this uncertainty. And all these challenges you're facing, they're deeply connected. Understanding that that web of issues lets you think proactively, not just about your truck and your routes, but your business, your life.
Makes sense.
We've pulled together insights from LifeAsATrucker.com and a bunch of other solid industry analyses. The idea is to equip you with the essential knowledge to navigate what's coming and hopefully feel more supported and respected in the end.
Okay, let's unpack this bumpy ride ahead in trucking. Our sources. They paint a very clear and honestly kind of bleak picture. The market's a mess.
It really is.
And it seems like it's down to like a three-way pileup of problems that started brewing during the pandemic boom and are now really hitting hard.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
First, there's just too many trucks out there. Everyone's seasoned owner-ops, brand new folks, they were buying rigs like crazy when rates were sky high.
That surplus capacity now.
Yeah.
It's drowning the market.
And second, equally painful, there's just not enough freight. Consumers are, tightening their belts, retail's softer than expected.
Plus, companies are still sitting on stock from the last few years' chaos.
Right. So full warehouses, slow docks,
Yeah.
your wheels aren't turning as much, costing time and money.
And that feeds right into the third problem you mentioned, those basement level rates. The real insight here isn't just that rates are low, it's that this whole boom and bust cycle, it feels like it's speeding up.
So just grinding it out doesn't work like it used to.
Less and less.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just obsolete as a strategy. And what's fascinating, or maybe worrying, is how deep this goes beyond the money. It's a huge mental and emotional grind.
I bet.
We're seeing small carriers, those owner-operators who are the backbone, just folding. They can't compete. And new drivers, the ones lured in by those crazy high rates a couple of years back, they're really struggling to just survive their first few years.
And tech platforms, are they helping or hurting?
Well, things like digital brokers, they've fragmented the market even more, often cuts into profits, gives carriers less control over pricing. It's a perspective the mainstream news often misses, that direct personal hit to your livelihood.
Feels like the rules keep changing, but you still have to bet your savings.
Exactly.
So if you're out there right now feeling that frustration, empty miles, slashed hours, maybe questioning if it's even worth fueling up,
Yeah.
you are definitely not alone.
Not at all.
This whole environment makes it incredibly hard to just grind it out. It's pushing people to the brink, forcing everyone to rethink things.
Yeah, it's a time for reassessment for sure.
But the challenges don't stop with the economy.
Yeah.
Let's pivot to regulations. Always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, the FMCSA, that's the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, they delisted multiple ELDs, electronic logging devices, from their approved list.
Right. Imagine that shock. You fire up your device, suddenly it's non-compliant.
Why does that happen? Is it just glitches?
Not usually just glitches. It's often because the devices fail to meet federal standards. Maybe they don't transmit logs properly to law enforcement, or they're missing key features like automatic on-duty detection. Sometimes it's bad cybersecurity. Or the vendor just ghosts the regulators, stops responding to audits or support requests. If the ELD can't reliably do its job according to the rules, it's out.
Leaves drivers in a terrible spot.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the hidden risk often comes from those cheap ELD vendors.
Trying to save a buck up front.
Understandably, small carriers trying to save money when ELDs became mandatory went for low-cost options. The trap is some of these vendors never fully complied, cut corners, or just stopped supporting their products.
So the FMCSA is cracking down now.
Seems like it. If you went with a bargain basement ELD, it might be next. And if your device gets removed and you haven't replaced it, you're not compliant, period.
Meaning fines, Citations?
Big ones, fines, citations, even being put out of service. That risks your CSA score, your safety record, which is crucial.
So it creates this tension.
Totally.
Yeah.
Drivers just want tech that works reliably. Fleet owners are looking at thousands invested in suddenly obsolete gear. And regulators, well, they're focused on safety and accountability.
Right. Okay, speaking of regulatory headaches, let's talk emissions.
Another big one.
Yeah. A diesel repair shop in Memphis recently got hit with a huge fine, $150,000, for removing emissions controls.
Wow.
We're talking about deleting DPFs, EGRs, DEF systems, tuning trucks to run, well, dirty but strong.
And our sources dig into why shops and drivers do this. It's because these systems can be an absolute nightmare.
Like how?
DPFs clogging constantly, DEF systems failing at the worst times, EGR coolers leaking, and OEM repairs. They cost a fortune.
Which means downtime.
Massive downtime. And for a driver barely staying afloat, that just kills profits. Makes it almost impossible to keep a business going sometimes.
So this raises an important question, right? Is it really just about clean air?
That's the perspective you hear a lot from drivers. They see small shops getting rated and fined, but then they look at, say, massive shipping fleets, factories, even government vehicles.
You don't see headlines about those getting fined the same way.
Rarely. Think about military gear leaking diesel or container ships belching out insane amounts of pollution. It starts to feel like selective enforcement. Small guys get hammered, bigger polluters maybe not so much.
And from the trucker side.
You hear it constantly. My truck ran way better after the delete. There's deep frustration with expensive, unreliable systems that often hurt performance, hurt fuel economy.
They feel like it's good for politics, maybe PR, but terrible for actually running a truck day to day.
Pretty much.
So it's a real catch-22. OEMs have to install the gear, drivers have to use it, shops get penalized for bypassing it.
But nobody seems to be fixing the root issue, the tech itself being unreliable and costly.
So for you, the listener, running deleted, it's definitely rolling the dice with the EPA.
Sure.
They're not playing around anymore.
No, it's a big risk. You're caught between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, so impossible choices with regulations, but those aren't the only traps out there. Let's talk financial minefields.
Right. Those predatory lease purchase scams.
Exactly. They promise ownership, but often deliver debt and burnout. How do they usually work?
Typically, it's the no credit, no problem hook. Zero down, no credit check. Sounds amazing up front.
Until the payments start.
And you realize the carrier often controls your loads when you work, how much you make, and you, the driver, are on the hook for all the maintenance, even though you don't legally own the truck yet.
Ouch. We heard about one driver, let's call him Mark. Signed up thinking he'd be an owner-operator.
What happened?
Worked 70-hour weeks, barely breaking even after payments and unexpected repairs. Ended up losing the truck, losing thousands, worse off than before.
That's tragically common. High weekly payments, low take-home pay. You feel less like an owner, more like, well, owned?
Operator under pressure.
Yeah. And what's fascinating here, this isn't just scattered stories. It's systemic enough that there's actually a new proposed bill trying to tackle these abuses.
Really? What would it do?
It aims to ban the really exploitative terms, demand full transparency on costs, require realistic projections for take-home pay.
That sounds good.
And crucially, it tries to close those independent contractor loopholes, where carriers avoid benefits like health insurance or workers' comp, even while dictating everything. This bill pushes for true employer accountability.
How are truckers reacting?
It's mixed, which really reflects Hervey's point about seeing things from all angles. Many are relieved, but there's also deep skepticism.
Like we've heard this before.
Exactly. Some veterans are saying trucking companies always find a new way to fleece drivers. Vigilance is still key.
That skepticism is definitely justified. It highlights how important it is to stay alert. Even with a new law, what could go wrong?
Well, carriers might try to rebrand the programs, call them training agreements or something, or outsource the scammy parts to third-party financing companies to create distance.
So enforcement is everything.
Without strong enforcement, laws can be dodged like potholes. So for you listening, remember, real ownership isn't a truck that owns you. It's about freedom, control, protecting what you earn.
And protecting your business means having the right armor. Which brings us to another layer. Legal expertise.
So important.
Having a specialized trucking attorney is crucial. It's totally different from hiring a generalist lawyer.
Night and day difference.
Most general lawyers, they just don't know the industry specifics.
Yeah.
Drive axle versus drop and hook, FMCSA audit versus a simple logbook mistake. they're often clueless.
Right. They show up in court Googling FMCSA terms while the other side's lawyer already knows trucking law inside out. It's like bringing, well,
A butter knife to a sword fight.
exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the legal climate for trucking right now, it's genuinely hostile.
And also,
We're seeing the scary rise in nuclear verdicts, multi-million-dollar judgments that can just wipe out a small carrier overnight.
Wow.
And plaintiff attorneys, they're targeting trucking companies like heat-seeking missiles. A good trucking attorney understands FMCSA rules, CSA scores, how to fight these verdicts.
And maybe prevent problems in the first place.
Crucially, yes, proactive compliance help. We saw a quote in our sources that really hits home. We had to lay off 4 drivers because we got stuck with a lawyer who thought HOS meant House of Style.
Oof. That's the real-world cost. Not just fines, but people's jobs.
Shows that generic legal advice just won't cut it here. It's too specialized, too high stakes.
So for you listening, it's critical. Vet for trucking-specific experience. Ask how many trucking cases they've handled, specifically dealing with FMCSA, HOS, accident defense.
Look for specialists in transportation law.
And importantly, be proactive. Don't wait for a lawsuit. Build a relationship before trouble hits. Have them review contracts, safety plans, driver protocols.
Train your team with their guidance.
Yeah, this isn't just traffic court. The risks are bigger, the liabilities are higher, and the opposition is usually very well prepared.
Absolutely.
Okay, after all these challenges, let's find a bit of a silver lining. This week actually brings some much-needed positive news. It's National Truck Driver Appreciation Week, and the industry really seems to be stepping up.
What are you seeing?
Everything from free meals and drinks at truck stops, raffles, gear giveaways, bonus checks from carriers,
Nice.
social media shout-outs telling driver stories, thank you letters, even billboards. It feels like a real collective effort this year to boost morale and show tangible respect.
And this raises an important question. Why does this year's appreciation feel like it matters more?
Good point. Why?
Well, our sources point out the obvious. The last couple of years have been incredibly tough. Rates plummeting, high fuel costs, broker games, parking nightmares, HOS headaches.
And even fears about automation.
Exactly. Drivers are just plain exhausted. So this appreciation isn't just a nice gesture. It feels kind of necessary to acknowledge that grind.
And here's where Hervey's point about seeing things from all angles comes in again, right?
Totally. Carriers are expressing gratitude, offering bonuses, but many drivers are asking for more fundamental stuff, like actual raises.
I saw some comments like that.
Yeah, veterans saying things like, been driving 30 years, give me paid time off and guaranteed parking. That's appreciation.
Everyone has a valid point. Gratitude is great.
But action often means more. Still, for many, these gestures do provide a needed, even if temporary, boost.
Absolutely. And while you're soaking in that much-deserved appreciation, and we really hope you feel it, it's also maybe a good time to remember that true, lasting appreciation often comes from controlling your own future. Hervey from LifeAsATrucker.com really emphasizes seeing issues from every angle and, critically, managing your time not just for shippers and carriers, but for yourself. That's where real empowerment starts.
Absolutely. The powerful solution Hervey and our sources highlight is all about that proactive self-investment, learning new skills, using your off-duty time wisely.
And building online income streams, especially using AI tools.
Exactly. And the aha moment with AI isn't just finding new income streams, it's how it makes complex tasks easier for everyone.
How so?
It lets truckers, even if you're not super techie, use powerful automation for side businesses. That shifts the power dynamic away from just relying on carriers and brokers towards your own entrepreneurial control.
So it's not about becoming a coder.
Not at all. It's about using AI for tasks like, say, writing great marketing descriptions if you start selling custom truck accessories online, or creating simple websites to promote a niche delivery service you set up locally.
Or finding local delivery routes.
Yeah, using AI tools to find and optimize local routes for small businesses that could be recurring income, totally separate from freight.
That gives you a shield, right? From the ups and downs of freight rates and the economy.
Precisely. Recurring income month after month. It's a tangible way to maybe retire when you want to, protect yourself if your company or the market shifts dramatically.
Where can people learn more?
Well, LifeAsATrucker.com is committed to helping drivers get out on their own terms, providing tools and training. And for a deeper dive specifically on AI, retirefromtrucking.com has a free guide and training.
So it's about building your lifeboat while you're still driving.
Exactly. Making sure you have options and control when the wheels eventually stop, but on your terms.
So what does this all mean? Our deep dive today really reinforced that trucking throws a lot at you. Economic downturns, regulatory headaches, predatory practices.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
But there are also clear paths to protecting yourself proactively and, most importantly, empowering yourself. Hervey's advice: see issues from all angles. Use your downtime for personal growth that really stands out.
It's the key takeaway. You don't control the freight market, you don't control the FMCSA, but you absolutely control what you do with your downtime.
Right.
The real mission isn't just staying compliant or rolling strong, it's building a future where you are genuinely in the driver's seat of your own life, your own finances.
Feeling respected and supported through your own initiative.
Exactly. So we definitely encourage you. Check out resources like LifeAsATrucker.com for tools and advice on navigating the industry smarter. And look at retirefromtrucking.com for that free guide on AI tools to build an exit plan or make extra money online.
Don't just ride out the storm.
Build your lifeboat, secure your future, claim the respect you absolutely deserve.